time and in good company. It makes days go quicker too soon. But when sometimes there is no with us since 2014 is very nearly at the end of the chance to say hello to the STO, the last of its kind that holds aloft a giant to the world it leaves behind.
$110. That's 140, 160. 85 miles an hour.
Trofeo Omologato. It takes its Trofeo Racing Series, delivering track for the road. It's a race car with number plates.
The normal Huracans, they're not exactly soft, but compared to this, I mean, this is like the suspension is hard, the seat sound, there's no other word for it, it's hard. It's so raw in here. Even when you're not pushing, it's loud. Absolutely mega.
192 mile an hour top speed is lower than the Performante's 201, and its 0 to 62 time.
And those numbers.
Weight saving. The STO weighs 339 kilograms, 40 kilograms less. They've achieved this by using rear-wheel drive only, thinner glass, and plenty of carbon.
The problems with the standard Huracan was that it was quite a to hold them together with a single carbon fiber clamshell, which you open using a special 3D printed key. Push the other button, and then up it goes, all in one unit. This isn't called a clamshell. Under there, you've got a little bit of room for a tire repair kit or a helmet, but actually not even enough room for a helmet. Well, they didn't design it big enough to accommodate a helmet unless you remove the polystyrene. Then your helmet will just about fit a sick box for your passenger. Speaking of feeling sick, you might feel crannies of this car where you might expect some slightly better material. The rest of it, color, is not called grey, it's called Grigio Titans, and it costs £11,250 plus VAT. Although that's not there to channel extra air into the engine makes the same power as the Performante. That is just massive rear wing. It's fixed, but you can adjust it to 3 different settings. Not only is it enormous, but it provides enormous amounts of downforce, up to 450 kilograms, which right, so how does it drive? There is no faulting the way this Huracan hustles itself down. Highlight of mine, it's so responsive, so fast. Quarter turn and you're in another lane. Half a turn and you're in a tree. But still, honestly, it cannot miss an apex. It's like a laser guided missile. It's not perfect. The steering is a little bit light, a little bit over assisted. Feel to it. I do prefer the steering on a 911 GT3. In fact, you start to wonder where and when that front outside corner will grip as he loads up the steer on you, but it's progressive. It communicates with you and you're a part of the chassis. It's a 7-speed DCT, reached that 8,500 RPM red line astonishingly quick down the box. And it makes you feel so involved with the experience at all times. There are so many gear, but in this, yep, absolutely astonishing. Carbon ceramics. Apparently they'll go from 100 kph to 0 road, and it also slackens off the ESP. And just maintenance, because if anything, the throttle response is too responsive. That, combined with the fact the car...
The third mode, Pioggia, is used in the wet only. You'll probably only ever need that mode when using the optional racing semi-slicks. Whichever mode you're in, the STO just is a genuine track day weapon with a side hustle in B-roads.
I do have questions though. Does it have left to give?
The answer to the first question surely depends on undeniably brilliant. but it's also becoming apparent that in order to keep up with bigger changes are needed. This engine, this chassis.
We all knew this day would come. The question is,
the glass is half full. I feel blessed to have witnessed and like the old saying goes, better to have loved and lost than never to have loved it. I'm sure the legacy will never die.